This Super Duty behind me is the best spec to buy. I'll include a link to the Sky Ford and Provost website in the description down below. They're providing us with this truck. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. And if you have any questions and need help, just ask for John Jenks. Let's get into it. Under the hood is a 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel, the high output, that goes to the 10 speed. It puts out 500 horsepower and then 1,200 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. You can see the hood is raised there on either side, Super Duty there in the front too. Now this package gives you kind of a darker bezel with the headlights. You still get the giant headlights, and then darker trim with the grille, body painted bumper, fog lights, recovery points. And with all that equipment, the front end is pretty loaded up. Tire wheel set up at 275 by 70 by 18. You can see the wheels completely, well, not completely, but mostly blacked out. You got some metallic gray too. STX F-350 badge, and then we've got our 6.7L Power Stroke badge in red because it's got the high output. The bedside step that Ford totally did not borrow from General Motors. And then we of course have a solid rear axle with leaf springs. It's coil sprung up front, by the way. This is a crew cab with the 8-foot bed, so you've got plenty of interior space, as you'll see in a little bit, and plenty of bed space. When it comes to key fob features, we've got the Ford logo there on the back. We have our lock and unlock function. You've got the flip out key with this as well. Now when it comes to the tailgate, it is not dampened, so you do have to lower it onto your own strength. LED lights, we've got the fifth wheel prep here. No bed liner. That's the one thing this truck is missing, is it could use some bed liner. Little ruler there on the tailgate. It's actually pretty useful. And then that is light. I like the boxy taillights. You can see the bumper step there, and then the bumper is body painted. That will cap things off for the exterior. Oh, almost. Towing on this is going to be like mid-20s. Crazy. This week's giveaway is all about muscle and luxury with two Cadillac V cars. The first of which is a CT5V Blackwing, and the second is an Escalade V. Both these have supercharged V8s producing nearly 700 horsepower each. They also have tons of luxury and modern technology to match. Not only can you win both of these cars, but part of the giveaway is also $73,000 in cash to help pay for the taxes, and your donations go to help children's and veterans charities. Use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. This will give you 4x bonus tickets on any donation, $25 or more. Let's now check out the interior. Soft touch on the door panel with some stitching and plenty of storage. We've got cloth trim here with the seats. I like the kind of gray coloration. There is some under seat storage. 60-40 split. Legroom in the back is great. We've got some USB ports with a 12 volt. And then the other thing that's good is the headroom. It's spacious. Let's now take a look at the front. Heated mirrors, and then down below we've got our window controls. Front two are automatic. More soft touch on the door panel and lots of storage. 12,400 pounds of gross vehicle weight rating, and then 4,464 pounds of payload. More cloth trim here with the front seats manually adjustable at that. And bada bing, bada boom, let's pop it on. Practical controls on the front face of the steering wheel. This is for the center screen, phone controls, voice command controls on the left side with your cruise control. And then this does have a traditional column shifter with a manual shift function. The gauge cluster itself is mostly analog, but you do have a screen there in the center, which allows you to change the information that's displayed. Backup camera in reverse. We do have good resolution with the camera itself. Now above you've got the diesel exhaust brake, and then it takes a second for the screen to load up. Interesting. But yeah, it's a touchscreen, has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Part-time four-wheel drive system with a 2-speed transfer case. Drive mode select is just that little dial. Analog controls for the radio, single zone climate. You got a 12 volts, some USB ports, and then you can see another 12 volts off to the side with more charging. Bit of storage at the very bottom, and then we've got our center console set up, so storage there, cup holders on top. This does turn into a bench seat, and then there's another storage bin at the bottom section. And yes, more storage above the glove box. Manual mirror dimmer. This has 6 auxiliary switches, and yes, power sliding rear window. 2026 XL, and again, we've got a few options. Man, the high output Power Stroke is almost 14 grand. 75,945. Let's see how this truck performs. Set off in the Super Duty 8-foot bed STX. This is cool. And of course, having the high output Power Stroke, oh man, traffic. Having the high output power stroke means we've got tons and tons of torque. These seats are comfortable. Now I understand the one downside of cloth seats is, yeah, they're a little bit easier to stain than leather, a little bit harder to clean, but the cloth that Ford uses is actually pretty good in terms of cleaning up and everything. But it's still cloth at the end of the day. It's still cloth, so it's not going to be as easy as leather. Vinyl's the best, really. And that is one thing that I think that these truck manufacturers should do with the baseline like this. Like, I can understand putting cloth because it's a little bit softer than vinyl, but I can understand putting cloth in like the more loaded up, you know, kind of like a XLT and stuff. But in this, I think they should just do vinyl. I think they should just make vinyl standard, and maybe put cloth as a no-cost option, like you can switch between the two. Or maybe they already do that. I think Ram does that, if I remember right. I can't remember if Ford does that or not. So smooth. I've been reviewing a lot of diesel trucks lately because everyone's come out with their 26s, and man, Ford does make like the most comfortable suspension. I mean, going over little bumps like that, yeah, it's solid axle, leaf sprung in the back, so you can have a little bit of movement. But when you're not over big compression, on-road big compression, it's super comfortable, super smooth. It doesn't, the biggest thing is it doesn't do as much of the back end kind of wump, 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 wump that you get, especially in the Ram. Man, gotta lean this back a little bit more for you guys. Smooth. And at idle, it's actually pretty quiet too. Turning isn't too bad. Yeah, look at that power. Great power. Of course, again, 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque. This truck's going to be able to move. It's going to be able to move, no problem. I'm just going to wait for the scooter person. I got a question for you guys. Are scooters supposed to be sidewalk or road? Is it considered like more of a bicycle or not? That I always get always wondered that. I've never driven one of them, so that's why I don't know. I could imagine that could be kind of dangerous on a sidewalk, like with the joints, because it's got small wheels, but yeah, I don't know. Either way, scooters and motorcycles always scare me when I'm around them, because this is not related to the review, but I'm always the type of person that I try to stay a bit further back if I'm around bicycle, scooter, motorcycle, because I see so many videos of like them just hitting stuff on the road and crashing, and I don't want to be the person that like is right there after they crash, and then yeah, that's not good. So I'm always kind of a little bit freaked out with them. So overall, I mean, I think this is, like, you guys can let me know if you disagree. I think this is the perfect Ford. High output diesel, long bed, looks good on the exterior, more basic interior because this is all you really need. Big towing, big payload. This is the truck.